Good evening, Astralites, one and all. I would formally like to welcome you to the inaugural episode of Slam Jam. Um, this is going to be a show all about WWE, not just pay per views. I'm also going to eventually do like Raw, SmackDown, even NXT 2.0. And little change of scenery here. I'm basically back at home for a little bit. Well, let's just say it's a long story. I really want to get to the nitty gritty here. So, SummerSlam last night was just flat out basically it's in the title, the biggest party of the summer. It was unlike, it was, it's with SummerSlam, it's better than the year before. Basically, I apologize, you guys. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm also more excited because um, you know me. I like to try new things. I like to expand my horizons, so to speak. But yeah, I'm really hoping you guys will stick around, uh, catch some highlights. If you, yeah, pretty much. Let's get to the quick hits and let's go down the list here. So I'm gonna start off with the this list should be in order. Um, the opening match of the night: Belair versus big time Becky Lynch. Two incredible athletes. They have put so much blood, sweat, and tears and hard work into that squared circle. I got much respect for them. My heart went out to Becky Lynch. Um, you know, honestly, for I was one of those people who thought for a minute that she was doing one of those trick handshakes, but then I waited a second and I was like, oh no, no, she's legit with this. She's really showing Bianca some respect because you know that they've made this rivalry so personal and just so much of a great storyline that these two are eventually going to meet once again in the squared circle. They're going to meet once again in the ring, and they're just going to keep doing what they do. What really popped me out of my seat after the match was the return of the role model Bailey. And in my opinion, she's one of the best heels in the women's division today. She is just, you know, she struts around. She's got that I don't care, never gonna die sort of attitude. And I respect that with Bailey. You know, she's done so much for this company from NXT to Raw to SmackDown. I could go on and on, but I don't want to use too much time. Thank you for the thumbs up. Uh, Also, don't forget, get those thumbs up. Let people you know about it. The live chat is open if you want to put in your 2 cents, as it were. I'm going to sit here and enjoy my coffee and have some more fun with you guys. If you notice, why I look so fresh and so clean. It's so fresh and so clean, clean. No, I'm just kidding. I got out of a relaxing bath, and I think that's the most reason why I'm such in a chill mood right now, and I just feel good. I was able to yeah, I know. I know you never liked her. I'm not too much of a fan of, of her either, Lovey, but I do have a mad amount of respect for her because if she does whatever she needs to do to get the job done, and that's what I admire most about her. But not only did Bailey return, she came back with two of the future top women superstars in NXT history. Dakota Kai and newly formed name Io Sky. And honestly, I, I like that name a whole lot better. You know, ugh, it's bone chilling in a good way. Yeah, I know, honey. You're not a fan of heels. I got a soft spot for them. That's why I like them a little bit. But yeah, you know, I never doubted for a second that Bailey was gonna come back. Even Zoe Stark said that she herself was supposed to be out for an entire year. She came out 4 months prior to that year, and much props to Zoe Stark. But I'll save that for an NXT Slam Jam. I want to focus on SummerSlam for this inaugural episode, and oh yes, no doubt it's a good name. But yeah, Bailey came out with Dakota Kai. She came out with Io Sky, and I even knew it before. I think it was either before Io Sky came out or after. I was like, oh Bailey, oh these girls are going to. Uh, oh no, I was like, oh Bianca's about to get jumped here. I want to see what happens, and it was going to be one of those infamous 3-on-1 sort of situations. But then Bex came back. She was like, you know what? I just showed my amount of respect. I'm gonna come back out here and help her because she does not deserve to get this sort of treatment after a match. And I was like, well, the old me would have been like, it's 3 against 2. What are you guys doing? But then I thought about it. I'm just like, you know, the thing with Bailey is she knows how to play mind games. She knows how to strategize. So at that point, I was basically like, okay, uh, I can see where Bailey's gonna go with this. She herself and with Io and Dakota, that they're gonna strategize a new plan to get Bianca because Bailey's out for blood. She's out for gold. She's in general, she's been out well over a year, and she looks great. I'm not gonna lie, she looks amazing. She looks well ready to perform. She's most likely gonna show up on Raw tomorrow night and cause a stir. But what else do you expect, right? But yeah, that was one great opening night. Before I should have mentioned this earlier. Before the matches got started, props to Titus O'Neil and for being the global ambassador for the WWE. Um, there were three charities that got championship belts, and that was so amazing. The WWE is doing so many great things in the community with the kids, etc. So just keep it up, big dog. You're doing so well. You're doing an amazing job. Just keep doing what you do. Keep doing what you do, big bro. Next on the list, Logan Paul versus The Miz. Now, this is a personal favorite I've been waiting to see. Um, not everybody's a fan of Logan Paul, yours truly included. I mean, but I'll give him this. He knows he's got a bright future, and that goes back to WrestleMania when him and Miz were training. Um, I believe he's going to be a future champion in this business. I'm going to say that. Uh, I might not like certain people, but I will give props where props is due. You know what I mean? And I, yeah, I should be covering Raw. If I don't get called into work and if I don't have any distractions, then yeah, I'll most likely cover Raw tomorrow, if not the night after or somewhere later this week. I'm not 100% sure yet. But yeah, I did like Logan Paul for putting The Miz on blast because Miz basically called him a rookie and denied his challenge. And I'm just like, he did a stellar job at WrestleMania, even for a rookie, and that's saying something. And you're just gonna deny this kid his match, like, you know what? Any other guy would have said the same thing. Like Miz has tiny so and so, and everybody was chanting. It was such a good time. Uh, I got a little soft spot for the Miz. I mean, he's been doing this 18 years. He's got a family. He's well successful. He knows how to get championships. He knows how to keep them. He knows how to get the job done, even if you don't like it. So that's basically why I got a soft spot for the Miz. Uh, I feel bad for him because at the end of the match, he got pinned by his own skull crushing finale, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, that was embarrassing to the Maximus." I was like, because I honestly I thought Logan Paul was gonna finish him off with one of his own moves, but to defeat a champion or a former champion, superstar with their own finishing maneuver, that is the greatest humble you can give to a superstar because then they're just gonna be starstruck from that effect. Like that's gonna sit with them. And I think I remember it was Chris Daniels, I think, versus AJ Styles. Um, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he defeated AJ Styles with the Styles Clash, and then he went on to brag about it. And that's just an example of that's an example of the greatest humble you can give somebody in this business is being able to finish them with their own maneuver. And I think that's just the well, I wouldn't say the greatest thing, but it is it's pretty much up there. Oh, excuse me. I've been a Miz fan. I've been a Misfit before. In his debut match with Tatanka, as soon as I saw Miz win the match with putting his feet on the rope to get the pin, I was like, yeah, he's gonna be a heel. I didn't know how great of a heel he was gonna be, but he even said in the series of WWE's Evil, he was like, I get no, I can't really say it verbatim, but he was basically like, I love being a heel in this business. Evil is basically about all the heels in WWE, whether you're doing it naturally or you just decided to turn heel. Oh yeah, he's phenomenal. But yeah, I gotta give it to Logan Paul. He's got a great talent, right there with right there with Dominic Mysterio. You know, he's learning a lot. He's learning quickly, and something tells me either before this year is out or when the 23 starts, Paul's gonna have a championship of his own, and that's gonna be something to watch, something to enjoy. So, Paul, if you're watching, just mad props to you, bro. You know, I got nothing but respect for you. Keep doing what you're doing. And next on the list, we have Bobby Lashley versus Theory. Now, here's the thing with Theory. He has all the techniques, all of the stamina, everything that he needs to be a WWE superstar. But he needs to leave that daggone phone behind in the locker room. I'm just like, I know you guys are like Astral, that's part of his gimmick, this and that. And I get that. But if you are someone like Theory and you want to be able to be all that you can be in this business, then you can't be focused on. And I was saying, and I was at once upon a time, I was saying the same thing with Tyler Breeze. I think that's where he sort of got the part of his gimmick is Tyler Breeze would take his selfie stick and do this and that with it, and I'm just like I have lost all hope for this business because these superstars want to have gimmicks where they bring their phones out, and I'm just like they have all this technique and they're not going to focus it 100% in the match. Yeah, I've been a Bobby fan off and on, I'd say. But yeah, you know what? I have so much love and respect for Bobby Lashley, United States Soldier, ECW champion, United States champion, WWE champion. He's pretty much seen it all, done it all, and he pretty much mopped the floor with Theory. I knew Theory wasn't going to win that match. Oh yeah, no doubt you have to respect him. But yeah, I honestly think Theory has a place in this business. He brags about it nonstop. Uh, he's the youngest to have these accolades. You know, to be able to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, to become United States champion, and I believe he does have a future in this business, but he's got to stop running his mouth so much. And I get it. You want to be on boss level, but you gotta at the same time you gotta learn to play this smart. You want to get on the boss level, but you don't want to be the target of every biggie and baddie that is on the roster. Because to me, that just spells a recipe for disaster. But yeah, I was so glad when Lashley won the match. He retained his championship, and yeah, I think I can show that. That should be fine. Oh, sorry, I hit it by accident. Uh, Ah, frick. Oh well. Uh, I'll show the next one. But yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of these younger talents, these great talents, uh, future world heavyweight champions, but they got to get their head more in the game. They got to stop mucking about. If they do that, they'll be able to carry a championship before this year is out. And I was mentioning Dominic Mysterio as one of those future great superstars. And that brings me to the Mysterios versus Judgment Day. Great match. Um, Before I get into that, I just want to say, Rey Mysterio, I love and respect you. Happy 20 years. Here's to another 20. Now, with that being said, uh, Judgment Day have been tearing it up, wreaking havoc, all sorts of Armageddon and such. And Rhea Ripley has been the X factor in all of that. Uh, and it sucks because the, the Mysterios don't necessarily have a female compatriot that can even the odds. And I was worried about that for a while. But then the match happened. Everybody was doing what they needed to do to get the W. And this, when you're in this business, there's going to be a point where the matches become personal. And this match was so personal, at the Mysterio at Ray's 20th anniversary celebration backstage. Rhea crashed the party. Uh, his daughter stood up to her, and I was like, "Oh, Mija, that's not a smart idea," and I was right on that. But they managed to stick to their guns. They managed to pull through, get through the match, and for those of you who have seen the match, uh, you're probably you're probably thinking like me for a minute, like, "Oh, okay, Judgment Day's possibly got this in the bag because they're wreaking all kinds of havoc right now." For those of you who have been seeing the mysterious promo character, I caught a glimpse of it, a glimpse of his head at least, and I was thinking to myself, okay, this is either John Moxley or this is Edge making his grand return. And for those of you who were not able to guess, it was that major second one. Edge came back with the Brood entrance, the fires just. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you want to see my Doctor Strange coffee mug? It lights up when you put hot beverage in it. But yeah, Edge came back. It was freaking amazing. The fans were losing their minds. And I loved his jacket. It, he was wearing a pink leather jacket with the. I wasn't sure if they're real, but they were studs on the shoulders. It was freaking amazing. He he legit went through the Judgment Day. He speared the Dickens out of Priest, and most of all, Finn Balor. And this match, weren't if you weren't 100% about it, yes, it was a no disqualification. So the Mysterios took advantage, hit him with the 619. Ray hit him with the splash. One, two, three. Mysterios for the win. And I'm really hoping that they get back in the tag team picture because uh, being the first ever father son tag team champions, that was the biggest milestone in the history of this business. And let's see what else they can do from here on in. Ooh, this next one. I've been waiting so long to see this. Pat McAfee versus Bum Ass Corbin. Oh, thank you, Larry. Yeah, I got the cup a long time ago. But yeah, after Corbin came out, there was this choir. They were singing Bum Ass Corbin prior to Pat McAfee's Let's Go entrance music. It was so hilarious. Everybody was even chanting along with it. Corbin was miffed. He was like, "Why are you singing along to this?" I could not stop laughing, but it was amazing. McAfee got his payback. He was even wearing his his muscle shirt had hashtag bum ass Corbin written across the back of it. It was amazing. Uh, yeah, these two were roommates together. They played for the Colts together. You know, Corbin got into WWE first. He became a major womp rat, and you know, those of us looking back at NXT, McAfee was sort of the same way. When he was running things uh, with Danny Boy and I can't remember the rest of their names right now, but yeah, he was well hated when he first stepped onto NXT. But he was he kept training and training, and right as he got the job to commentate on SmackDown, he became this lovable guy. And uh, here's to you, McAfee, for the win. But yeah, and I get what Booker T was saying on the kickoff show that you either need to commentate or you need to compete full time, and that's understandable. But you know what? It's not always that easy because uh, when Kevin Owens was on NXT, he was basically Alex Riley's Corbin, and A Rai was basically like, you know what? I want this match with Owens. Let's make this happen. And it was pretty bad from there. But yeah, I mean, how are you going to commentate if one of the superstars consistently puts their hands on you and talks a substantial amount of garbage? Oh, you like Corbin? That part of me just died. Ah, oh my goodness. Honey, I have no idea what to say to that. I mean, if you like Corbin, and very few people do, I'll admit. But you know what? McAfee's more entertaining and less of a womp rat. But I was honestly hoping McAfee would kick his head in. He kicked him in the jewels though, but that was payback for this past Friday. And hey, ref wasn't looking. So yeah, let's see what else we got here. Uh, oh, the biggest tag team match of all time, I'd say. The Usos versus the Street Profits for the undisputed WWE tag team titles. Now, the reason that this is technically a rematch because the reason they had Double J Jeff Jarrett, also much props to him for doing an amazing job as special guest referee. He wasn't having no spit. He wasn't gonna have no problems with either teams. But the reason that they had a special guest referee was because the Monday before it was an undisputed tag team title match with the Street Profits and the Usos. The Usos picked up the win, but one of the Profits' shoulders were up the entire time, and the ref didn't see it. So that's basically why they had to go with the special guest referee and everything. And my heart goes out to the Street Profits. They fought all they could. They done all they could. And the Usos they're on boss level. They're just doing their thing. They're basically untouchable right now. It's sad to say, but it's true. And you got to give respect to the Usos that they've been in this business. I want to say a decade, maybe more, something like that. But yeah, with them being under their cousin's tutelage, they've been learning a lot. They've been getting more matches done. They've been being more sneaky behind the ref's back. They've been doing this and that. It's been crazy, but they've been getting the job done. So congrats to the Usos for doing that. Oh, you're talking about Corbin throwing the popcorn, huh? And after this match, this was supposed to be another match that was supposed to be on the card, but didn't happen. It was Riddle calling out Seth freaking Rollins because last Monday on Raw, if you haven't seen it, Seth did a curb stomp on Riddle's head on top of the steel steps, and Riddle was not 100% to compete at SummerSlam this year. So Riddle, being the eccentric, um, I dare say, out of his mind at the moment, uh, kind of guy that he is, he went out to the ring. He called out Seth, and sad to say, it backfired. He had electric tape all over his left shoulder. He wasn't 100%, and Seth took advantage of that, and he basically stomped his head in again. Nobody wants anything bad to happen to Riddle, but here's the thing: Riddle has got to play things more smart. He's got to keep his anger under control. And Randy would have told him the same thing. He would have been like, "Look, you're not 100% yet. Don't go out there and do anything stupid." But then he goes out and does it, and then he gets his head stomped again, and it becomes. I'm really hoping Riddle makes it to the next pay per view, or at least another Monday Night Raw segment. Because I got nothing but love for Riddle. And Seth freaking Rollins, he was looking like he borrowed his clothes from the Vampireless Stats closet. I mean, did y'all not see what he was wearing? He was wearing like this red lacy ascot shirt. I was like, Seth, what are you wearing? Because some things Seth cannot pull off wearing. That's all I'm gonna say. Is some of the clothes he cannot pull off wearing, and that shirt was in the top, whatever top percentile of clothing he can't get away with wearing. Yeah, Seth is he's psychotic, and that makes him dangerous because he knows how to get into an opponent's head. He knows how to manipulate his opponents. He knows how to. He's been called a weasel and things like that before. He's dangerous. He's twice as dangerous as he was before. But Riddle, strategize more cautiously next time because Rollins is dangerous. So you're gonna want to re-strategize and ask yourself, what would Randy do? Just something to consider. While you're rehabbing. Uh, all you got to do is re-strategize, bro. All right, so now we got. Oh, this was another one of my favorites. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. This match was controversial. That's what I was gonna say. It was controversial. Sorry, I can't say the word right now. But anyway, yeah, it was. I believe this was actually Liv Morgan's first title defense, and I believe her first time at SummerSlam. I could be wrong, but I probably have to do more research. And oh, Randy's injured. That's why we haven't seen him in weeks. He's taking it easy. He's been having lower back problems. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm really hoping that sorry, my internet said trying to reconnect. I'm really hoping it didn't just cut me off. But we'll see. I mean, so far you guys got the gist of uh most of what happened already. And okay, yeah, because we had this problem last time and it ended up messing up our whole video, so I'm really hoping that's not the case here. But anyway, um SmackDown Women's Championship, it does look good on Liv Morgan, but the reason I say this match is controversial was because Ronda Rousey had her in an armbar, and Liv Morgan put her shoulders on the mat, and the ref didn't see this. Liv Morgan was tapping out before the ref hit three, so that's why it was controversial. And let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, Ronda basically after the match attacked Liv Morgan because she was like, "I know you tapped out. You didn't really win this match. This and that." She didn't only attack Liv Morgan. She also attacked the referee who did the count, and I'm just like, I get, I I get Ronda's, excuse me, I get Ronda's upset and everything, but she's got to learn that she can't keep doing that. You know, you're paying these fines. You have a baby to think about now. You can't keep doing all these reckless things. I know you're miffed about getting cheated out of the match, and I know she knows this. And, as a competitor, if you're also a parent, you can't be lashing out at the people you're going to get fined for. I mean, big, that's just a big no no right there. Because back in the day before you became a parent, you would just do that stuff and not give a care. But once you are a parent now, you're like, you know what? If was who I was back in the day, you would not be getting up. I would be ripping you to shreds, this and that. I'd pay the fine and move on. But you've you've got to learn to you've got to learn to strategize. You got to keep that anger under control. And I'm just like, you know, Rousey, you'll see Liv Morgan on Friday, and the ref made a mistake. It was a dumb one, but that tends to happen in this business. We have controversial matches, but we can't lash out at the referee and attempt to break his arm just because we got cheated out. No, save that for the next show. Because if that was me, if I'd have got cheated out of a match, I would have pretty much hell has no fury on Raw or SmackDown, whatever show I was on. Then I would have been like, "You tapped out. That's what you get for cheating me out." Because that's how Rousey was at SummerSlam last night, and I got nothing but respect for her. And yeah, it did buff her. I should be fine though. I'll check to see once I'm done with this video. Oh no, you know what it was is the I think the internet cut out on us. Like it would show the no internet signal, and the timer was still going. I think that's why our video messed up that one time. Oh no, she was livid with Liv. Yeah, she was livid. She was tearing her arm out of her socket. She took her anger out on the referee because technically Ronda Rousey is the new SmackDown Women's Champion, but like I said, the referee made a mistake. He counted to three. He didn't see Liv tap out before the count of three. When they did the tag team, they were well, like pure gold color. Is that what you mean? Because they if that's what you're asking, then yeah, they just switched up the colors to match the brand. That if that's what you're asking. All right. So, oh, did they tag team with Sonya? Oh, did they? You're asking if they fought with Sonya and Natty? Because I think they did last Friday, actually. Like, I think it was the match before SummerSlam. But yeah, I'm not gonna trip too hard off of Ronda. You know, she was in the heat of the moment. Sometimes she sees red and things happen. But you know, she's gonna get her hands on Liv one way or another. She's gonna get her championship. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Yeah. So yeah, Liv and Rousey teamed up last Friday to have a match with Sonya and Natty. Yeah, that was Friday night. All right, and the accoutrement for the end of this match, or the end of this pay per view, I mean, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, last man standing match. Lesnar's last chance to be a Universal Champion. Such a great match. Very brutal, very savage. Uh, Lesnar came out on a tractor, you know, being the being in the country and all. You know, you gotta do it right. Rolls out in a tractor. That's actually a big factor in this match, and they tore the house down with that match. So that was one hell of a headliner. Uh, you know, Lesnar was getting Superman punched. He was getting speared. Roman got F5'd. Uh, he got guillotined, and they tore the arena up literally. But you know, and I mentioned that the tractor was a big factor. Tractor factor. The reason I say that was because Lesnar was driving the tractor. He used you know, I don't remember what it's called, but the plow part on it. He was using that, and he lifted the ring up with Roman Reigns still in it. I was like, oh my! I have never seen that in my entire life. Like, I've never seen anybody use a tractor to pour someone else out of the ring. That is definitely a new standard. There's a reason they call him the Beast. He is tough as nails. Excuse me. But I think tough as nails is a major understatement. Uh, but yeah, you know, near the endings of the match, you know, you can't keep a good beast down, but yet Reigns figure out a way to do so. You know, he was using his championships. He was using steel chairs. Um, they were using pieces of tables. His cousins came in to help. Oh, and Paul Heyman got F5 through a table. So, you know, he's going to feel like he had a hangover for the next couple of days or so. I was like, oh my goodness, is he actually going to toss Paul, or what's he going to do here? He actually F5'd him through a table. No sweat off his back. And for those of us who were who are guessing, is Theory going to show up or not to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase? The answer is an emphatic yes. He came out when they were at their most vulnerable, or as he thought were their most vulnerable. Um, as soon as Theory gave the referee his briefcase, Brock Lesnar got up and F5'd him, and if I remember correctly, Reigns got a piece of him as well. And I was like, that Theory is so dumb. He's just gonna. I knew he was gonna pick the wrong time to cash in that briefcase. He didn't even cash it in. Like the ref was about to, but then he got. But yeah, 1 second. That's basically how it all went down. Oh, and I was mentioning how Reigns took care of the match and everything. So Brock Lesnar kept getting up and up and up, and only a last man standing is the only way to keep him down. He was using steel chairs. He was using his championships. He was even using Theory's briefcase, which I thought was pretty funny. Well, I would include Sheamus, but the I'm only talking about the SummerSlam matches. Sheamus didn't make the SummerSlam matches. But yeah, Reigns basically uh, overcame the odds simply by burying Brock Lesnar under a whole bunch of rubble. They put chairs on him, they put the table on him, steel steps, and the referee was about at halfway done with the count at this point, and he gets to 10. Reigns retains, and he's continuing to be in God mode. Uh, my nephew's gonna be major happy. He's a huge Roman Reigns fan, and he just keeps stepping his game up more and more. And you gotta give props to the Bloodline. They've really been doing their thing. They've been working as a unit, and SummerSlam was basically awe inspiring. If I had to say one word about it. Oh yeah, the match. Yeah, the pay-per-view was amazing, but that's going to be nothing compared to Clash at the Castle, which, remember, is going to be September 3rd, so it's going to be 5 weeks. 5 weeks away, September 3rd, Clash at the Castle. It's going to be huge. I suggest you guys uh, subscribe to Peacock, do a free trial, because you are not going to want to miss this once in a lifetime opportunity to see everybody throw down in the UK. And the UK fans are twice as twice as hyped as American fans. They really bring the ruckus. Yeah, I would love to cover Clash at the Castle, but it all depends on what my schedule looks like, if I have to work or just things of that nature. But I would really love to cover more about. I would really love to cover more wrestling segments. Definitely. Got about 5 minutes left, and I'll end the stream. But yeah, if you go to sorry, I'm just looking at the pictures here. But yeah, if you go to the WWE.com, you check out the highlights, and you just check out the highlights, check out the results, the pictures, everything else. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. Like this SummerSlam topped last year tenfold, I'd say. This was such an amazing match. It's such an amazing pay per view to watch. It was totally worth the $10 getting my subscription back. But yeah, guys, if you want to see nonstop action, I definitely suggest splurging for the $10 for Peacock Premium Plus because you can actually see you can see the WWE content commercial free, which is gonna be amazing. And let's see, it. I'm really hoping I can cover Raw tomorrow night because they usually have the highlights on the same day, so I'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I really hope you guys have been enjoying this inaugural episode of Slam Jam. I want to be able to do more of these and cover more wrestling opportunities. Raw, SmackDown, NXT 2.0, and because those are the usually the main ones I cover. And I just wanted to my inaugural episode to be SummerSlam. And I was contemplating on the name of this, but I was like, SummerSlam, Slam Jam. Yeah, that I was like, yeah, that'll work. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed. Oh yeah, I'm a wrestling fan. You gotta know this stuff. Uh, Getting bugs in my face now. But yeah, I love watching wrestling. I've been a fan since I was 8 years old. Um, I basically know the ins and outs. For those of you that know me, I want to be able to do this within the next year, possibly. But dreams cost money, so just keep that in mind. That's why all the hard work's gonna pay off. Like if you're watching this and you want to be able to wrestle, paying your dues is the number one thing. And it's not just about uh, cleaning the ring or uh, st- stocking chairs or placing chairs separately where they need to go, things like that. You also need to financially be prepared for it. And the invention Juliana and I are doing, some of part of that is actually gonna help with my training. We don't know how much we're gonna get for it yet, but we can't really go into details just yet. We still got a bit of a ways to go, but it's going to be life altering for you guys uh, when it's ready to come out. But yeah, I'm glad you guys were able to join me on this chat. Remember to like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell strangers on the street for all I care. uh, just let them know the good word. Sorry, uh, nose itches. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this full hour. Lovey, I'll talk to you in a bit. I appreciate you joining me. Everybody else, I will see you in the near future. Uh, Possibly tomorrow night. I hope you guys will keep in contact. Just be on the lookout for my new video pop ups. Give my Lovey a heart. But yeah, stay tuned for another one of my highlights. Also, stay tuned for Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. No spoilers. That's my job. But I hope you guys have a nice and safe night. I'm pretty sure it's going to rain sometime tonight. I saw the clouds forming. But yeah, I'll see you guys. See you guys down the road. And yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Be safe. God bless.